Hey geeks, welcome back to Geeky Moment. So in my how to make animated eyes video, I mentioned that I do make Blockbench models and I put them into game. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. I am going to try to make this as simple as possible. I think this is one of my favorite things that I do and that I know how to do, because I think making little models and putting them into Minecraft is just so satisfying and it's so cute and I love it. I love doing it. But before we get into all of that, I'm going to just run over the basic things that you will need really quick. The first thing that you will obviously need is Minecraft. You will need Java Minecraft. You cannot do this with Pocket Edition or Bedrock, unfortunately. You will need Blockbuster as well as its dependencies. As well as its dependencies, McLib and Metamorph. And then you will also need Blockbench. Blockbench is 100% free to download and use. Just need all of those things to make this work. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that in this video. So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing we are going to do is obviously we are going to download Blockbench. Well, there we go. If you just type in Blockbench download, and then it will be the first link right here. And you are going to click this big blue download button. And then I'm using Windows, so I'm going to click Windows, but if you are using either one of these two, you will just do the exact same thing, except you will have to do whatever your PC is for. So I'm just going to click Installer right here. And then as you can see, it will download in this corner. So I'm just going to X out of this. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to open my downloads folder. And then as you can see, it is right here, Blockbench. You will double click this and give it a second or two. But then you will see this screen pop up and you are going to click I agree. And then you are going to say only for me and click next. And then find wherever you want your Blockbench programs to be located at, anywhere on your laptop or your PC, but I already have it installed, so you're just going to click install after that. But I'm going to click this X up here because I already have that, and I'm going to delete this. Once you have Blockbench installed on your device, you're going to double click it. And then this lovely little screen will pop up. Depending on what you are going to want to make, there are so many options down here, but you are going to click generic model right here. And then you're going to go down here to create new model, and then you will be brought with this lovely little screen right here. I am going to get rid of the texture file right here, and then you will have all this space to work. The way you move around in Blockbuster, or Blockbench, I'm sorry, is the exact same way you would move around. You hold and left click to move your cursor around, and then you hold and right click to go up and down, I guess. So that is how you work that. So whatever you want to make is totally up to you, but the way you are going to make a cube is you're going to go to add element, and then there are like a dozen of these different shapes that you can have, but we're just going to use a cube. You keep these two boxes the same for just a basic generic cube. And then here is the cube. It's very big. If you do not want it to be this big, you can change it down here. We can make it a little cube. You can make it one by one, and that just, oh, there we go. And now it makes it a teeny tiny cube. So you can move these around with the move tool up and down. You can also move it side to side if you would like. There is the resize tool that is basically the exact same thing as the diameter tool that we just used, but it can make it bigger or longer. And then there's a rotate tool, and you can rotate it however you would like. You can make it like go sideways if you want. Also, the way that you undo it is you go up here and click undo. There is the pivot tool. I don't use this a lot. And then the vertices snap or vertex snap. I don't use that a lot either. But we are just going to go back to the move tool. You can also use this little circle thing down here, but so whatever you want to make is completely up to you. I think I'm going to make a little chair. And remember, if you do make this somewhat a little bit small, you can resize it in game, so don't worry about that. But I think I am going to go to the resize tool, and I'm just going to make my chair. Well, it's still a little bit crooked. Oopsies. There we go. So I'm going to make my little chair. You can also copy and duplicate this item instead of just going over here and adding a new element. So you just click that duplicate button, and then it will duplicate the cube or whatever shape you have. So another thing that might help you, do you see how it is just not fitting in to that little groove right here? It's either too far out this way or too far in. You can use shift to get it a little bit closer, and you can also use control, the control key, to get it even closer. You can do that with all of these. You can use control to make the size. You can use control to move it. So yeah. So I have just made a little chair quickly. So now I'm going to show you how to add the texture. You're going to want to bring this toggle sidebar button right down here, but you have to make sure that all of your cubes and shapes are selected, and then you're going to click create texture. You can name this whatever you want. I'm just going to name it chair underscore texture. Pixel density, this is basic Minecraft pixels, and you can go up. The more you go up, the more pixels you have and the more definition and detail you have. So I like to usually go at 64. That is just basic for me. You're going to want to click off the power of 2 size and the rearrange UV. So basically you won't have any of this to worry about. And then you're going to click confirm. And now you can see that the cube has turned sort of blue, and you're going to go up here. You are in the edit mode right now, but you are going to want to go to paint. And now you have unlimited amount of colors that you can choose from. I think we're just going to make it like a wood color, maybe like this. The tools, I'm going to click back the toggle sidebar off here. The tools for this, the basic ones you're going to want to use is obviously the paintbrush. You can have a smooth brush, so that just makes it nice and smooth, or you can do individual pixels like this. And then you can change the brush size right here. So you can have a big brush, or you can have a smaller brush. And then the copy brush. So if you did, let's say you colored this and you want everything to be, you like this certain way that you colored it, you can click Control and then left click that, and you will copy the exact same area that you painted. But as you can see, it only copies that area that you selected, so it's not like a brush, it's just a copy and paste of whatever you put down right there. And then there's a paint bucket. Obviously it just paints the entire thing. And then the eraser tool, pretty self-explanatory. Color picker, it picks whatever color you have it on. I usually don't use any of these. The gradient tool does come in handy, but I usually do all of my texturing by hand with the paintbrush and the smooth brush. But yeah, there's a selection tool, but you can't use it. You can only use it in the edit mode. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can mirror it. You can have the grid, or you can take the grid off. I usually take the grid off. So yeah, whatever you want to do with your build is perfectly up to you. Your model, whatever you have made, you can paint it however you want. If you would like a tutorial on how to shade and how to do all that stuff, I can make one, but this is just going over how to actually get models into game and how to make them. It's not about how to get your model to look perfect. This will not look perfect at all, but I have painted it the color that I would like. So now I am going to take this back. You can click this save button. It will just save it to your desktop, but we don't need to do that because we will go up here and click File. And then we are going to go down here to export. You can also name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it Share, like that. And then don't click anything else on here. Just click Confirm. And then go back to File. You can export it as an OBJ, which is what you will have to do. You have to export it as an OBJ. And then wherever you want to save your model, I am just going to put it in my desktop. And click Save, and then we are going to X out of this. It will ask you if you want to save it. You can save it, but I do not want to, so I am going to X out of here. And then as you can see, the texture's up here, sorry, but you can throw this MTL away. You don't need this. So we have the OBJ and the texture. You are going to want to go into your .minecraft folder. I am in my .minecraft folder right now, and you're going to want to go to Config, and then Blockbuster, and Models, and then Fred, and then you are going to want to create a new folder and call it whatever your model is named. You can also title it different things, but I like to keep the model the same as the folder so that I know what it is. And you are going to want to drag and drop both the model and the texture into the folder. And then you can close that out and head back into game. Okay, so now we are in game. You are going to open your menu and you're going to find wherever your Blockbuster tab is. You're going to pick a model block, put it down, and right click it, and then click this pick button right here. And then under Blockbuster Models, Fred, you will see your beautiful little chair. I'm going to turn the shadow off real quick, or whatever you made. Again, it is it's a little bit too tiny. Look at it. It's so cute. It's like a baby chair. But where'd it go? Where'd it go? But again, you can scale it up, so do not worry. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, just so that I can, there we go. There we go. That's better. Oh! There we go, that's better. That's better. You can make it fatter if you need to. I'm gonna make mine fatter. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can't actually sit in this, unfortunately, but you can remedy that with Blockbuster when you go into record. I will just do it really quick just to show you. So as you can see, our little Fred dude, Steve, whatever, is sitting in the chair. It's not really perfect, but it's okay. So yeah, he is sitting in the chair now. Go away. Again, you can't actually use these models, but I'm sure you could like remedy that with like a berry block or something. But yeah, that is how you make Blockbench models. Again, this is not like the best chair I've ever made, but it is good to know how to do this and to know how to actually import models into the game, because again, I think it's so fun and it's so cute, and look at him back there, he's so cute. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed today's adventure, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to Geeky Moment. Until next time, keep being awesome and keep geeking out. Bye!